Hello, everyone. You are welcome to another exciting edition of the NBQ Fans Show. Today, we bring you the preview of the quarterfinals and a review of the 1/8 stage in the show. I have with me some exciting people here who will be my guests on the show. But before we go into the show, I want to let you know that the National Bible Quiz project is brought to you by NBQ Ghana in partnership with the Bible Society of Ghana, Sweet Music, and sponsors. We have IT Consortium, the owners of the Chango platform, the Chango crowdfunding platform. We have Visauri Insurance Brokers, who are giving the cash prize to the ultimate winner of the 2025 National Championship. We also have Soul Impact Family Production. We have AXTK Sounds and Ventures. We have yes, so we also have various TV stations who are partnering with the project to show the contest live. We have Alpha TV, we have Kasi TV, PCG TV, and we also have Sweet Melodies FM being our official radio partner for the National Bible Quiz project. Before we go on into the show, Bible Society of Ghana is 60 years old this year. And as part of as the 60th anniversary, the Bible Society of Ghana is donating 50,000 Bibles to young children across the country. You can be a part of this by donating to the Bible Society Momo, as you see on your screen right now. The Chango is also sponsoring the NBQ Speed Race. They are supporting the National Bible Quiz project, and as such, the Speed Race around two of the national championship has been renamed to Chango Speed Race. And then let me remind you that Sweet Music has awarded 6 different items, packs of items to the highest scorers of the entire 1/8 stage. The winner of Monday got a package Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And it will also be continuing throughout the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the grand finale. This is part of Sweet Music's 10th anniversary projects. I want us to take a very quick break. When we come back, I will introduce my guests and we'll begin our conversations. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Richard Ofwe. I am your host for this preview show for the quarterfinals and review of the 1/8 stage. Over the past 6 days, we've seen 18 contests. We've seen a total of 54 teams battle in these 18 contests. And it's been amazing. It's been exciting. It's been tense at some points. There's been heartbreaks. There's been surprises. But at the end of it all, we've had 18 teams that have joined the seeded teams for the quarterfinal. The quarterfinal stage is already set, but we can't bring you the quarterfinals without doing a thorough review of the entire 1/8 stage championship and previewing the quarterfinal. What to expect, what not to expect, what some teams should do better, what some teams should let go of, and all that. I have with me two fine gentlemen and a very beautiful lady. I will let them introduce themselves to us and we'll begin the conversations. To my immediate left, I have
Nana Kwame Bako.
okay, NK. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And then
Edna, sorry.
okay,
Chukwemeka Daniel.
okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will begin by doing a general overview of the entire 1/8 stage. On Wednesday, when we did the show, there were some thoughts. And then I realized that after that show on Wednesday, there's been some other contests and been some surprises. NK, what has been your overall take on the entire 1/8 stage?
Okay, so the 180 has been interesting for me. Yes, I think it has exceeded my expectations. Yes, it has exceeded my expectations. So it's been good. But I enjoyed the first 3 days in a different way as compared to the second 3 days. I don't know why, but the feelings are quite different.
Help us understand the different way. How different?
The first 3 days aroused my interest. Like I was very much intrigued. And then the second 3 days, we saw some surprises, like more surprises than the first one. So even though my expectation was high, it took it to another level at a point. Yes.
I see. Edna, what has been your take on the entire 1/8 stage?
Okay, so I think the entire 1/8 stage has been great. Um, After the first review show, I think we had some expectations for certain teams, and some of them could, meet those expectations. Others couldn't, but I think all in all, the teams proved themselves worthy. Some teams went the extra mile of doing so well, and other contests were also so close contests. And at a point, you you didn't even know which team to bet on. Yes, and I think that alone made it so interesting. So yes, I think all in all, it has been a great one.
Chukwemeka.
Uh, the 1/8 stage has been wonderful, but the last 3 days has been awesome because you see teams using Lifeline to get highest scorer of the day award. So it has been awesome. The last 3 days has been so wonderful, and you can see, even though the first 3 days was more firepower, the first 3 days more firepower than the last 3 days, but you could see teams trying their best. The last contest for this 1/8 stage was awesome. It was you have the one of the best comebacks. So the 1/8 stage have been so awesome. Yeah.
Okay. So we did a review of the first 9 contests, right? The first 3 days. So I want us to go into the remaining of the 3 days, the remaining 9 contests from contest 10 through 18, and then look at which teams did well, which teams didn't do well, who it went well for, the teams that surprised us, the teams that did below our expectations, and the teams that exceeded expectations. I want to quickly talk about contest 10. Contest 10, we had GCCI Legon against Nubji Umat and Casa HCU. So at the end of the contest, we had GCI scoring 37, Nubji Yuma scoring 22, and Kasa HTU finishing with just a point. Let me start from Chukwemeka. Chukwemeka, how did you see that contest?
Okay, so a point there. I think they have to go back and come back next year stronger. But you could see that the teams that are dominating wants to continue to dominate. The best teams don't want to be kicked out from that level they are. So it means that the other teams have to chase harder in order to reach that level of those teams. That's what I would say. The best teams are still winning. The best teams are still winning. Yes.
Wow. NK.
Yes, so I think this was expected, but then the one was too low, even for my expectation.
You expected that you score low.
Yes, but then the one was below expectation.
Why? Why did you expect that
Yes,
you score low?
I'm so much on the HTU and STU teams. You see, the statistics we saw from them was not encouraging, and it has reflected here, which we've been trying to encourage them to do much better because they can do much better. They've been here before, they know what's at stake. And then you are going up against a team like GCCI, who are the champions of League One. So that alone should be a motivation for you. Yes, so we expected GCCI to win, Nubji to come out. I think it was just HTU's performance is something that is not encouraging.
Okay, Edna, I have two questions for you. Since you are a Nubji member, the first one, Nubji Umat, is that what you were expecting? Is that what you expect? We're expecting that GCCI champions of Legon, so they were supposed to win. But I mean, what were you expecting from that contest?
Well, and I want to answer the question in two folds.
Okay.
So my expectation as a Nubji member, that is not what I was expecting, honestly, as a Nubji member. But looking at the teams they came against, I mean GCCI, and looking at their performance from the institutionals, it wasn't really surprising. Yes,
Okay.
it wasn't really surprising.
Okay, so my question to all of you, I mean, GCCI eventually won the contest, but was their performance a champion's performance? Because NK mentioned that, I mean, they are institution champions of University of Ghana, but the performance, finishing with 37, starting the contest, 9 points in round one, adding 7 points in round two, 4 points in the test of the day. I mean, was it indeed a champion's performance?
Well, it wasn't. It wasn't. I was expecting somewhere around the 50 mark. At least something close to 50. Yes. It wasn't, but they are now kickstarting, so let's see what they will bring up the next
Okay.
round.
So a fact for you, the contest that happened in the entire 1-8 stage, I think in terms of the total scores of the teams, the GCCI contest was the second lowest. Contest 12, we will get there, was the lowest, but GCCI's contest 60 points total was the second lowest. And I feel that for Nubji Umat that were in the quarterfinal last year, the GCCI, who are champions of the University of Ghana, an institution that has 3 seeded churches, but they eventually won. They could have done better. But wait to see what the quarterfinal holds. In contest 11, we had Pensa KNUST against Gesam KNUST and Nubji HTU. Again, Edna, another Nubji.
Can we skip the news?
You know how it feels.
So I think one HTU team scored one. The next, that was their only hope, because we have said that from next year, only church institutions that have representations in the quarterfinal will have institutional championships that will be staged, streamed, and all that. So Nubzi HCU was eventually the only hope for HCU having a championship, and they scored 9. I mean, it may call into question the standards of the scoring because the institutional championship had the highest score to be 14 qualifiers and grand finale altogether. The highest was 14. In the nationals, the highest score was, I think, 16 points. The representations from HTU, highest score was 16. So there has not really been improvement because there's been a whole round where 10 points added, but there's not really been any improvement in their scores. I think that any church in HTU who really wants to be on the biggest stage of the NBQ have to start thinking about how they can step up their efforts. Teams are improving and teams are always trying to get better. Somebody scored 35 last year. This year, we have 50. They are all trying to get better. So if you are in HTU and you are watching this, I think that every denomination in HTU would have to step up so that when you get here, you may do even better than you've done now. But let's talk about Gesam KNUST. We saw completely new faces. Completely new faces. Do you think that that is what went against them? Chukwemeka?
Yeah, I think that's what went against them. New faces. I was expecting this contest to be a very tough one of the most, like the toughest contest for the 1-8 stage after the first day. But after round 1, round 2, I could see Pencil have already taken everything. But I think new faces played a part, and it also helped them. At least they have come to nationals, feel the heat. When they go back, they will put in much effort. At least they have used these nationals to test the waters. We don't know what to expect next year.
But don't you think that if you want to test waters, it should be institutionals, and
Yes.
it should also
Yes.
be the person is gradually introduced into the team. I may speak a bit earlier, but Nas Yune, when we went to their institutionals, the one who was a substitute single-handedly scored 22 points. But before he was subbed in, they had -2. And then he single-handedly scored 22 points. They finished with 20. Their reason for not starting him was because he was new. So they were gradually easing him in. Fine, it may have been a risk. But when he came here, you could see that there's been improvements. So instead of changing the whole team, don't you think it should have been that you ease the person in gradually, the person comes in as a substitute, or the person starts with someone who is experienced? I mean, Elizabeth has experience. She's been at the NBQ for 3 years. In 2023, she was there. 2024, she was there. 2025, she contested at the institutional championship. There's also Godwin, who's been around. So they have a team of experienced people against a Pensa KNUST team that is always hungry. I still feel they should have staged their best people, and whoever they wanted to be starting from next year will be eased into the.
I side with you on that because if you are going to bring in someone new, at least the person should be close to, if not at the same level of your team,
Yes.
close to that level. But then they obviously knew that the strength of their new people is nowhere close to their team. I think this is obvious enough. And I feel this is a national championship. It was institutionals. I could even try to understand. But then there's national championship. If for nothing at all, try and then book a seeded spot before you think of this. Suppose you are leading, you've gapped, and then now you want to ease the person in. You bring one on to have a feel of it. That is fine. But I feel this was their last shot to glory. And they should have taken it because you don't know when you have a very good team as such a team. They have the experience. They are very good. We all know Elizabeth and Godwin. They are very good. Composure, top notch. Even when they are behind, you are afraid because they will still be catching up.
Yes,
So I feel
because
they were half baked for this.
Let me ask, are they still around? Were they here?
Yes.
If they were around,
I think I saw Elizabeth around,
yeah,
but
in the
Godwin was
audience.
not.
Yes.
okay. So maybe we don't know what's their plan. Maybe they want to hand over for a new
Well,
team.
they want to hand over, but it didn't go well.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
the performance here was not the best.
Historically, Gesam KNUST, even if they lose a contest, they score high.
That's true.
Yes.
They have. I don't think we've had Gesam KNUST be more than 10 points behind the one who won their contest.
No.
It's that is why these questions are coming up. Yes, because Gesam KNSC, I felt that at the very least, even if Pensa KNSC was winning that contest, they should have been part of the teams that will be in the
Highest
lifeline
scorer.
contest.
Yes.
That is
yes.
what. So for me, before their contest, I was thinking Gesam KNSC will still be in the quarterfinal as the winner of the lifeline contest. That is what I was thinking until they got to stage and I realized that no, this is not the team I was expecting. Yes, but we should congratulate Spencer KNST.
Oh yeah, they took advantage of it and then
Yes,
scored 50.
Uh,
Because I
50
wasn't
points.
expecting
Yes.
from them.
They flogged
This
the
contest.
people like they were maltreating them.
All right. So contest 12, we had Pensa UMAT against two denominations from CCTU, Noobs and then AGCM. The contest ended Noobs Pensa UMAT 39, Noobs CCTU 8, and then AGCM CCTU 5.
Pensa Day. That day was
That
Pensa
was the
Day.
Pensa Day. Yes. NK. Well, let me start with Edna. Your thoughts on this contest? I mean, you are in UCC, so these are your neighbors. What did you think of their performance?
Okay, so I think that day, as Chukwemeka said, was a Pensa day. Yes, and they did well. They did well. You could see that Pensa had done their homework, like they had tried. But yes, they all the teams tried. They tried. Yes, all the teams
NK.
tried.
So I feel this is where the inexperience sets in.
Okay.
Because it looks more like the CCTU teams are not. They
Like,
don't have
this
the
is
skin yet.
actually their first year
Yes.
in NBQ. And
So I feel that was their disadvantage. And Pensa Umat is not a small team. I mean, they won their championship last year, but then this year they lost it to AGCM. And coming here, I think they were red hot. So they blew them out of the water. It was a good contest from
don't
them.
you think that they could have done even better? I
They
mean,
should have.
because I mentioned earlier, this was the lowest scoring contest in the entire in the entire 1-8 stage. The total was around 52 or so, and 39, 5, and then so I still think that Pensa UMass could have done better against teams that are fairly new. There were so many questions that you could hear that these questions I've heard it before, but then Pensa UMass were letting the
I think they lost the chance to have the highest score in the 1-8 because none of their opponents had 10 or more. They all were in the single digits, which means they could have earned as many points as possible, especially with the speed race and then all that. But I think this should be a lesson to them to actually up their game because the next round, where you have got to the least mistake, you are out.
All right. So contest 13, we had Aposa UCC and Aposa UPSA against Nubji UDS Nyankpala campus. Another day, another Nubji loss. So at a point, I was feeling for the PCG TV because PCG TV has shown every single one of the contests. And as of that day, I don't think not any one Nubji team had won. As of now, the only team we have in the championship that are still alive is Nubji UHAS. But they've showed every contest. I mean, they've not had an issue with any contest that they've shown. So all the 18 contests, they showed all of them. And your church leaders, pastors are watching. And then we are getting 8, 18, and we are losing. So you have to feel for PCG TV. Now they have to show the rest of the championship without a single representation.
Like you have one. US.
Yeah, you asked. Yeah,
Yes,
Nubia.
but
But they were seeded so.
As in throughout the entire.
throughout the remaining of the 1-8, they had to. I mean,
You see, at a point, I was
Wanted to come on stage.
no, but at a point, I just felt so bad for myself, for the entire Nusji and for the entire Presbyterian Church, because I was like, what is happening? And it seemed, I don't know, it seemed they didn't really know. It is as if they didn't know the questions, the kind of questions that would be asked. And it was so sad.
But Snoopsy UDS too are a team that have that strength. I mean, they've always given Noobs a tough ish time. Even though this year they lost to Noobs twice in the same championship. But I mean, they really showed that yes,
fight.
we fight. So it was a bit surprising when we realized that. But I think another thing that counted was they were missing a contestant. I mean, the one who gave Life City a very tough time last year was not here. He was in the institutionals, but we didn't see him here. That could count in because every time the new faces, if the new faces are not as
Some of them are not prepared. They just have to be a late substitution. So they are not prepared.
so that could also
that will
count.
affect. Maybe at the end they'll call a newbie family meeting. What is
And
the
now
reason
for a
for
new
this
family
course?
meeting.
The pastor have to call them and say, why this course? They should call all the newbie churches.
Oh yeah, I think that meeting should hold.
Why this course? Why are we seeing this?
So Aposa UCC won that contest. Aposa PSA were close, but congratulations to Aposa UCC for winning the contest. They've always been a solid team.
Yeah.
They were always been a solid team. I think in the institutionals, they were the only ones who gave Casa UCC a tough time this year. And congratulations to them. In contest 14, we had Casa Legon, Aposa TTU, and a surprise appearance that we were all expecting will go well from FCUCC, but unfortunately, it didn't go well. Again, the question of a new person, a new face coming in, still came in because Casa Legon, I mean, Casa Legon were as prepared as possible. But I want us to also applaud FCUCC
Yes.
because
They were.
they were not remotely prepared for the championship. They were not a qualified team. They, as the teams were pulling out, we called on them and they were like, "Oh, this is something that we all want to learn." Like AGCM Amstead will say, "This is a class, not a clash." So we are here to learn.
Wow.
So this is a learning opportunity, and they came. And I feel it was good for the lady Frida because next year, if they are to have the institutional championship, they have someone who has been on the biggest stage, has experienced how it goes, and is ready to contest. So it was not what we expected, but it was a good show from them. I think they finished with 22 points. Casa Legon finished with 39, and then Aposa TTU finished with 16 points. NK, what do you have to say about it?
Oh, I think I expected Casa Legon to come out on top because EPSU was not prepared. Yes, they weren't prepared for this. But then I was impressed with EPSU. They came close to the lifeline contest, which is something that is commendable. Yes, they did so well. I think that contest went well. Casa Legon, that was a good job. I think they could start a little much better than this.
Okay. Okay. They scored 9 points in the round one. I think 12 in round two. And then they finished with 39. Well, okay. Then we have contest 15. Gamsu has against DLCF Amstead Kumase and Nubji Legon. Another day, another Nubji team. But I think this time the performance from the Nubzi team was good. A lot of people were rooting for the OCF Amstead to at least get the next medal so that they will be the highest highest scorer of the day. But Nubzi Legon decided we are not backing down until the contest is over. And it was a really good fight from them. It was a really good fight from them. The OCF Amstead Kumase. We've been hearing this name from, July when they had their championship, scoring in the 70s in the grand finale. I mean, they really showed. And I want to commend them once again because they were in exams week. The entire Amstead institution literally finished their exams on Friday. They finished their exams on Friday. So this is a commendation for all the Amstead teams. The LCF had 2 contestants finishing on Thursday. Okay. And so they were like, okay, we spoke to them. This is the situation. We don't want the Amstead teams to pull out. This is the situation. We all have to make sacrifices and see how best we can do it. And they had to sacrifice a contestant. So the other two came, contested, and scoring 52 at the nationals on your first appearance.
Even after sacrificing one
Sacrifice
contestant.
I mean, it was impressive. It was impressive. And before the institutionals, people before the nationals, people were saying that they are one of the teams to watch. And I don't think anyone who was expecting them to win the contest was disappointed, even with the performance. I don't think they were. And the only way to go for them from here is up.
It was an impressive run. I mean, the sacrifice paid off. Yes, it was an impressive run. I'm looking at Nubji UG, and considering the fact that DLCF Amstead scored 52, and then you're able to come up with 30 points, I think that's something that is actually worth noticing, because if they came up with a little less points, I would have understood that it's a close contest. But it seems most points were picked from that contest.
I think that contest had the second highest scoring.
Wow.
And the other surprising thing is the contest which had the highest scoring it was a DLCF contest 1. DLCF
nice.
Legon. I think the total was
Yes,
100. This is 95.
It makes a lot of sense. Because those two teams were part of the Lifeline contest, so that means the scores were quite high.
Yes.
Oh, that's fair enough. I think Nubji did well this time. Edna,
They
well done.
did well.
Well done.
They did well. If you watch the contest,
Yes.
the gap came during the true of us, where I think UG had like three
Yes.
three
They had
minuses.
3 or
Yes,
4
So they
points.
scored 4 points there,
Yes.
and then DLCF scored 13.
You see, that's where the gap came. Just imagine they scored like DLCF. You see that they would have put more pressure on them. But that's the true of us. They did well, and from next year, I think the Newsbeat team will grow.
We will come back
They will
better.
grow.
Like
Yeah.
better.
This is the
and
first
stronger.
time, so next year they will grow and come back.
Wow. All right. So the next contest was Gesam Umat against Gamsu Une and Gamsu CCTU. I want NK alone to talk about this one.
That's true.
He came in expecting that at least one Gamsu was going through, another one would have contested in the Lifeline contest. So he was expecting to have like 2 more Gamsus entering into the quarterfinals, but he ended up getting none of them. So engage this particular contest, 2 Gamsus against Gesam Umat. We didn't see anything. What happened?
So, myself, I don't know what happened. I think we have to all figure it out together. Because I was actually rooting for my people to make it, but I think it wasn't our day. It just wasn't our day. It was rather unfortunate. Yes, but we give glory to God. I mean, it's all good. I mean, Nubji is okay with their loss, so why shouldn't I be?
Nubji is okay with their loss, so Gamsu are also okay with theirs. Our last but one contest for the 1/8 stage was between Aposa KNUST, Pillar of Zion Amstead, and AGCM Amstead. Again, let me say, Amstead teams, a big congratulations to you. You showed us that, I mean, you have a lot of fight in you. For our audience, they may not know this, but the Amstead teams got to Accra on Saturday around 4 a.m. That was when they got to Accra. And before then they were writing exams. So the time for them to prepare, even for them to settle down before coming to have the contest was very little. So we eventually had to do a swap of the time because we felt between 4 a.m. and 9 a.m. was too early. So we pushed their contest to 12 p.m. And coming, Aposa KNUST have been in the NBQ National Championship for 3 good years. But these teams showed us that no, the fact that you are an old boy doesn't mean that we will let you go. And even getting towards the end of the contest, you could see that they were still fighting. AGCM Amstead eventually became one of the teams in the Lifeline contest. But you could see that Pillar of Zion, whoever, was not backing down. I mean, Pillar of Zion was at 20 before the Red Devils. They got 2 Red Devils right and got 26. They were just a few points shy of having another shot in the Lifeline contest. And I think that for people who have not had enough time to prepare, people who have not even had enough time to settle. I mean, Chukwemeka, you've been a contestant before. Even the morning of the contest, there are some things that you may have to go over and all that, but they didn't have that time. And for them to score, 27, 26 against Aposes score, you could see that this was an impressive performance from them. Chukwemeka.
The Amsterdam team, they did well. And this is their first year to look at their points.
Should we start running scared?
This is their first year. Look at their points. I think the other schools have to learn. The CCTU, the HTU, the STU, they have to learn from Amstead. Because first year, 27, 26, putting a fight, I think we have to learn from them. And look at Apusa KNUST. I was expecting
the 50s,
like 50, because you are an old man in the in the quiz, and the two teams were fighting, and I love the Amsterdam teams, and but Apusa KNUST, where we are entering there, they have to double up. Yes, because
I think what Chukwemeka is saying is right now, the Amsterdam teams have showed us that there is no excuse of this is my first time.
This is my first time. This is my first time.
This is my first time is no longer an excuse.
Excuse.
I see.
You see, with the Amsterdam teams, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 2 years they start winning in the grand finale. Like if they start becoming national champions.
Myself, I'm tipping them to be more like the UG and KNUST team.
Yes,
No
because they are really coming up so fast. They are really coming up so fast.
From their institutional championship, you can see, and national too, you can see.
You can see.
And for me, the beauty of the performance from the Amsterdam teams is not even in the score, but they have content. Most of the answers are raw. This is not somebody that he gives an answer and you say that, oh, this answer is Pascal. No. The answer he's giving is so raw that you can see that, no, the person is saying because he has read it in the Bible and he knows it, not because he has watched a past contest and heard the answer. Yeah. And that content will always be better than you're watching the past questions, because, I mean, you have read the Bible. The questions are coming from the Bible. If you go and sit down and watch the past questions and you come 1A stage, you may see a few past questions. You enter into the quarterfinal and the past questions have disappeared. You get lost. But the Amsterdam teams are showing us that once we are able to qualify, get to the national stage, we are coming with content. So that when we get to the quarterfinal, that past questions is no longer a matter on board. That is when we will be the men who will be separated from the boys. And it's a big congratulations to the Amsterdam teams all across, those who made it here, those who didn't make it here, those who didn't make it here, those who were able to join us, those who were not able to join us. A big congratulations to them. And then there was our Lifeline contest. I think that contest of the entire 1A stage is the one everyone enjoyed.
Hey.
Yes, that's the one everyone
Come
enjoyed.
Back. Ramotada.
This one for the history books.
Wow. So we had AGCM UMAT against NAS UNE and AGCM Amstead. It will look like I'm so praising the Amstead teams too much. But you just finished the contest. You are in another contest and you lost by 1 point. This is so nice. But NAS UNE, the first contest, they scored 29. Right? They lost to DLCF Legon, who scored 45, and then Gamsu UPSA scored 26. And then they've come back against two other teams who, per our terms, are wounded lions. 3 lions in a cage fight. And they showed us that indeed everyone was fighting for it. Everyone was fighting for it. It's rather unfortunate that AGCM led from the beginning and then lost the lead. But like we said, I think we've said this about Chukwemeka's team before. True or false can kill you and it can make you. I mean, Chukwemeka, you've led from round one and had very poor results in the true or false before. Yes, so if the gap was big, it would have helped. But I mean, they only scored 3 points in the true or false. 3 out of a possible 16. They were 21 and then 24. They couldn't get any riddle. And then Nas Une from 8 points in round one to getting only 2 points in the speed race to, I mean, true or false, they just jumped to 25.
That's their, let me say, their stronghold.
The true or false.
The true or false.
I think in their first contest, they scored 10 out of a possible 16. They got 2 of the questions wrong, I think. Yes. So
stronghold.
I think I have a problem with their team. Was I expected them to do better than this, especially in the early rounds.
Which team?
Nas Une.
Okay.
The fact that they trailed so many points behind is something that they have to look into, because they finished their contest on day one, contest one, and they were in their lifeline. I mean, after Tuesday, Wednesday, you know that it's likely I'll be part of the lifeline contest, which means they should have done more work, or they should have put in more work for this. Even though they won the contest, but I feel they could have done much better. I mean, for you to be here from Monday and be preparing, and then the AGCM Amsted team to come this close. I mean, they were even leading you until a miracle happened. Sabbath day effect. So Sabbath day effect happened. Well, I think they have to do a lot. They have a lot to do for the next stage. But well done to them for not giving up. The point gap was huge. Someone would have given up at that point, but they fought to the end, and that's. But AGCM, you mad. You don't blow a lead like that. It was bad. You don't blow a lead like that. If any points gap, it was somewhere around 10 or more, and you blow it like that. Oh, they should have done much better. I mean, their contest, the first contest too, they had the chance to win. It was close. Their contest, and then this one too, they had it in their bag, and then they just let it out.
Even the speed race.
Yes.
The guy was like calm. He would have gotten the question, the damsel correct, because he answered after like they were done. I feel like he was calm.
Sometimes it's the pressure. I mean, we've seen this before. 2023 Gamsu Eugene won the entire championship, but in the semi-final against Pentafel, I mean, the pressure. The
pressure to ring.
Pentafel just kept ringing the bell early, and Gamsu took their time and took 2 riddles. So sometimes it's the pressure, and we'll encourage every team, every coordinator to help your people understand and know how they can handle the pressure of the stage. The fact that the scores are close doesn't mean you should rush to ring your bell. I mean, we've seen it before. I think after the second riddle or so, the two of the teams knew the answer, but they had already exhausted the opportunity to speak. So it's to all teams, no matter how close the scores are, keep your composure. You have prepared. You know what you learned. Just relax and attend to the questions as they come. But a big congratulations to all the 18 teams who made it through to the quarterfinals. It was not easy. The separation was not easy. For some, it may have been a walk in the park, but to them, it could be a disadvantage because we had it easy. We could have had it a bit more difficult so that we know what to expect. But congratulations to all of them for making it to the quarterfinal. We want to take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking about the next stage of the championship, the quarterfinal. We'll talk about the seeded teams, we'll talk about the qualified teams coming to face off against the seeded teams, look at the fixtures, and talk a bit more about the entire 2025 National Championship. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us in this show. We've talked about the remaining contests of the 1/8 stage. I think I mentioned some of the scores, the total scores for the 1/8 stage. I would like to quickly go through the rest of them, and then I'll go back to my guest as we talk about the quarterfinals of the national championship. Somebody's comments is that NBQ actually starts from the quarterfinals. So whatever was happening yesterday was not really part of the NVQ, but we wait to see. So contest one, I think a total score of 100 points between the three teams. The winner scoring 45 out of that 100. The other two combined of 55. We have contest two, a total of 61. Pensa Legon winning that contest and scoring 24 out of that 61. The other teams combining for 37 points. Contest 3, the closest contest of it all. The winner, Casa UMAT, scoring 22. Pax UMAT also scoring 22. Noobsy ATU scoring 21. They all combining for 65 points. Contest 4, Casa KNUST won that contest, scoring 37 out of a total of 92 from the three teams. AGCM UMAT and Noobs UCC scoring 55 in total. Contest 5, Gesam Noobs UDS Nyankpala won that contest with 35 points. Total score for that contest was 81. I mean, all that I'm reading, let me put it this way: the higher the score in terms of comparing it to what the winner scored means that the contest was very competitive. I mean, if the DLCF scored 45 and the other teams combined for 55 points, I mean, there was much competition in that contest. Noobs UDS scoring 35 and the other teams combining for 50. 46. I mean, the contest was also competitive. We have Gamsu KNST winning with 53 out of a possible 92. The fact that Gamsu KNST crossed the halfway line means that the contest wasn't as competitive as the others were. So 53 out of a possible 92 between the three teams. Noobsy Legon, AGCM Legon won that contest with 33. The other teams combining for 61. But Noobs STU only scored 2 out of the remaining 28. New Breed Legon winning with 36 out of the 67 that the other teams all together combined for. The other two combined for 31 points against New Breed Legon's 36. Aposa Une scored 44 against New Breed Une's 22, and Casa UPS's 8 points. The teams combining for 74 points. Contest 10, GCCI won the contest 44 points against the other teams combined for 30 points. So 74 in total. Sorry, 60 in total. 37 against 23 from the other teams. But Casa HTU scored just 1 out of that 23. Pensa KNST winning with 50, combining for 75 points. The other teams only scored 25. So you could see that there was not as much competition as Pensa KNST would have expected. The other teams combining for 25 points. Gesam scoring 16 and then Noobs GHTU scoring 9. Pensa UMAT scored 39 out of a total from the three teams, 52 points. I mentioned that this was the lowest scoring contest of the entire championship. The two teams from CCTU, Noobs and AGCM, scoring 5 and 8 respectively. Aposa UCC and won that contest 13 against 76 total from the remaining teams, 31 from the other two combined. Casa Legon won with 39 against 38 from the remaining two teams, giving 77 as a total in that contest. Then the second highest scoring contest, DOCF Amstead Kumase, won with 52 against Nubji, Legon, and Gamsu UHAS combining for 43 points, the total 95. Gesam UMAT won again the their lifeline contest with 42 points against 40 combined from Gamsu Une and Gamsu CCT. Two Gamsus scoring 40 against 42 from Gesam Umat. Pillar of Zion, Amstead Kumasi, and AGCM Amstead Kumasi scored 53 combined. And Aposa KNSC won that contest with 35. This would have been, in terms of competitiveness, this would have been the most competitive contest because the score is close enough to the highest, which is 88 points total. And the teams also scored close enough to each other. So in terms of competitiveness, this was the most competitive contest for the entire championship. Hey, Amstead, Charlie, I have to go for admission. And then finally, contest 18, Nas Une winning with 25 points against 48 combined from the other teams, and then 73 in total. All in all, it was a very good 1/8 stage. But the balloting for the quarterfinals happened yesterday, and we have seen the contests. Let me remind
Before you
everyone.
continue. Isn't it worth noting that the Legon and KNUST teams, they are showing their authority so far? I mean,
I think the Legon teams are learning.
yes.
They've learned the lesson from what happened to them last year. I mean, 10 teams came in and none made it to the final. This year, I think the KNST teams have taught them to set up. It may be too early to judge, but of all the teams that came in, I think they had 5 teams in the 1/8 stage, and only one of them lost. And that one even lost to another UG team.
Yes. No, there were 7 teams.
7.
And then only one lost.
Only one lost. So,
Yes.
and the one who lost to
a Legon
a Legon team. So, I mean, it's, and in that contest, they would have won if the first didn't win. They were the second highest. So,
yes.
I mean, it tells you that the UG teams are beginning to step up. They are beginning to show traces of the UG that we saw in 2023, and it's a good thing. But like I said, it may be too early to judge. We could see all of them going home between Monday and Wednesday. We could see.
I think you have to comment
No,
KNUST too.
It's a possibility.
It won't happen. It shouldn't happen.
possibility.
No,
But we saw that in 2023 you came with 10,
Yes.
and then you at the semi-final the remaining 3 all went home. So it's
Not
no
again,
news. But
not again.
like somebody said, the NBQ itself is starting tomorrow. So, but if by Wednesday your 9 are still standing, then we can say that indeed Legon is back. But if by Wednesday you have lost all your 9, then we know that
this is not
you were
9
just trying to deceive us. But KNUST too, congratulations to them, because they are also showing us that indeed that's the land of champions. And for me, I still believe that KNUST could have a team in the grand finale, because the KNUST teams always show that we are here. We are here. Even in 2023, that they didn't have an institutional championship like we did for UG and UCC. They really scored high. I mean, Aposa KNUST in 2023 lost to Live City UG. Live City had 81 or so. Aposa finished with 45. So the KNUST teams have been good. They've always been good. They don't have on days and off days. They've always been good. Even when they are losing with good points. Gamsu Eugene won against Gesam KNSC in the quarterfinals last year, but it was very close, a 5 points difference. So the KNSC teams always show us that they know the word. They study the word and they know it, and we have to commend them as well.
But we are talking about 9, 8. Somebody else 1, and that one is very strong. So they have only 1, but that one is very strong.
Hey.
Like you are talking about one particular
This year, the only institution that brought 1 was ATU and Okofi.
No, I mean for the quarterfinal.
For the quarterfinal.
Quarterfinal.
Somebody
Oh,
has 1,
okay.
but that one, before you pull that one.
So I think UHAS has one. Amstead
Yes.
also has one.
Yes.
So it will be for our audience.
UDS to us one.
It will be for our viewers to determine which of them Chukwemeka is talking about. All right, so we had the balloting for the quarterfinal stage yesterday, and there were some interesting pairings. I want to quickly go through the pairings for the quarterfinal stage, and then we'll dive into the discussions on them. For Monday, tomorrow, 29th September, we have three contests. Contest 1 at 9 a.m. We have Noobsy UHAS against Gamsu KNUST and Kasa KNUST. Okay, so this is the point where the KNUST teams may have to start falling off. But you wait to see. Contest 2, WCF Legon against Gesam UMAT and Aposa KNUST. Contest 3, DLCF KNUST against Aposa UCC and AGCM Legon. Continue with Tuesday, contest 1. We have Kasa UCC against DLCF Amstead Kumase and GCCI Legon. The contest of champions. Then contest 5, Live City Eugene against Pensa UMAT and Kasa UMAT. Contest 6, AGCM KNUST against Pensa KNUST and Noobs UDS Nyankpala Campus. Then we have on Wednesday, contest 1, Gamsu Eugene against Kasa Legon and Nahas UNE. Then contest 2, Pentafel UCC against DLCF Legon and Pensa Legon. Then the final contest, New Breed KNUST against Aposa UNE and New Breed Legon. I think this is where the numbers go against Legon and KNUST, because almost every contest has churches from two churches from those institutions facing off in contest 1. We have 2 from KNUST facing off in contest 6. We have 2 again from KNUST facing off in contest 8. We have 2 from Legon facing off contest 7. 2 from Legon facing off. I think that the only same church against same church contest we have will be the New Breed KNUST versus New Breed Legon. This is a very even distribution of contests. So I want to begin from Chukwemeka. Chukwemeka, do you know why I'm beginning from you?
Why?
You lost to Noobsy UHAS last. Yes, they unseated you. Now they are facing off against Gamsu KNUST and Kasa KNUST. Chukwemeka, tell us something.
Giant Slayer.
Let me first ask a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Do you think that Noobsy UHAS will win the contest?
They can't.
Now, Chukwemeka, tell us why. Tell us
Why?
why.
Okay. So last year, they are very good. They'll follow you small, and when it gets to that true or false, uti no more. When you are getting wrong, they are getting correct. But this contest will be a very tough one. I'm looking at Kasa KNUST, Gamsu KNUST, Noobsy UHAS. You can't write anybody off. But Gamsu KNUST, what a team. A very good team. Kasa KNUST, they're also very good. And you know from last year, when these teams come from the 1-8, they pick the momentum, the heat and everything is already on them. And you are not coming in to meet them. That is one advantage that the 1-8 team gets. They have already felt everything, but you are not coming in to join them. But for me, this contest is between Gamsu KNUST and Kasa KNUST.
Hey! Chukwemeka, at this point, I think that every Noobsy member will say that you are talking based on emotions. Yes.
It's not based on emotion. I know I would like to see this contest. I'll be watching, but I will not support you as what they did to me. They were combining last year to make sure that we will not win. The 2 years team, they were combining. But
So you think that the KNUST teams will also combine to make sure that Noobsy UHAS don't win?
yes, I'm going for Gamsu KNUST.
Wow.
I will just tell them, be careful of giant slayers. They can kill you down. They can
but
pull you down.
this year, Noobs U has are a giant.
That
This year now, Noobs U has is the giant.
they are the giant slayers. They have that title on them as giant slayers.
Once a giant slayer, always a
Always
giant,
a giant slayer.
Okay.
So Gamsu Kenyans is a very good team, but these are giant slayers.
Okay, so Chukwemeka, you mentioned something that I want us to talk about before you go on. You said that the teams coming from the 1A stage are coming with the momentum,
Yes.
which goes against the seeded teams. Let me first ask, is that what happened to you? And then I'll ask NK how true that is.
Okay. Last year, I think one of my problem contesting has been composure.
Okay.
That been one of my problem contesting. If you watch last year, we were leading from round one. I think it was 9 points gap. So I think people were already expecting round two we'll do our usual add more gap. But but that was not it. And when it was getting now close, and I was feeling the heat. And when it got to the Raiders, I said we could have won that contest easy, if not for the two of us. Even the Raiders, the first radio, I knew the answer, but I wanted to be sure because we had mistake in one because it was 9 points. It was 9 points, and I could remember when I rang News G, I think AGCMUS rang before I rang, and the quiz mistress mentioned my name, mentioned DLCF, which was supposed to be AGCM, and that radio would have, it was 3 point difference, would have tied the game, but
We are hearing the stories today.
so, but they did well, and the part is the true of us. They are good. When it comes to the speed race, with what happened last year, they don't ring anyhow. Those questions that they know. Those questions that, okay, let me see, those past questions 1, 2, 3, 4 that will appear in the quarterfinals. 3, 4 past questions that will appear in the quarterfinals. They will take that one from you.
Gamsu US and
Yeah.
Kasa KNST, please listen.
They will take that one from you.
Gamsu KNST.
Those ones that they will take it from you. And slow, calm, composure. Like they have everything to win. So Gamsu KNST, I met SL yesterday. I told him, be afraid of giant slayers. Be afraid of giant slayers. They can harm you. That's what I would say to the Kasa and Gamsu.
Okay.
I don't know how their institutionals went, but
The institutionals, that's Noobsy.
yes,
They
So
won.
well.
They won.
they
In
won.
fact, they seated a new team
New team.
and won the institutionals.
And
Easily.
it means
They have two teams, team A and team
So
B.
they essentially have two whole teams. I think Derek and then Marilyn,
Marilyn.
and then the two that contested in the institutionals. Plus the institutionals had a third.
yeah.
So they have two teams that they can field. So
Team.
if you are expecting that they will field the new team,
You don't know what to
well,
expect.
as it stands now, they are the only ones who know what they are coming
What
to do
they
here
can-
tomorrow.
Until you come here tomorrow,
So
you
tomorrow
see
you
those
come
on the
and-
slate.
They could bring a new team again.
But Edna, so I want to ask, based on what he's saying, do you think that the teams that are coming from the quarterfinal, because last year we saw it, AGCM KNST, New Breed KNST started from the 1/8 stage. They went all the way to the grand finale. That momentum they built, do you think that is going to be a factor that will go against the seeded teams?
Well, it depends on the preparations of the seeded teams. You see, some teams might think because they are seeded, they are
big.
they are on top. So, but yes, I would agree with Chukwemeka with what he said that right from the 1/8, those who start with the 1/8 competitions, they build some kind of momentum. So at least they've been on the stage probably once or twice in one or two contests. And at this point, they are quite used to the stage. They are used to the crowd, they are used to the setting. So that could be a factor. But then we shouldn't also forget that the seeded teams are probably also doing their homework.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the teams. Okay, so contest NK. I didn't ask for your take on contest one.
I was surprised you didn't ask me, considering that there's Gamsu.
Because Chukwemeka hardly agrees with you. He's like Evans.
But now,
He hardly agrees.
now
But he's saying that contest one Gamsu is winning. That is why but you talk to us. What do you
Yes,
think is going to
so-
happen in this contest?
Yes, it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, Gamsu KNUST are a solid team. They are one of the teams that I feel are quite complete. Yes, they are one of the teams I feel are quite complete. And Nubji has to have proven that they are complete. And they know how to beat the big boys. Last year, they met Deeper Life Legon, who were one of the favorites to win.
Let's not forget that they lost to another Deeper Life team in the semi-finals. Let's not forget
yes,
that.
yes.
Yes.
So you,
Ah.
when I do, my brother will help me fight.
Yes, so last year they met Deeper Life Legon and then they came out on top. And Deeper Life Legon was a scary team to meet. Yes. Let me use scary. When you're meeting Deeper Life Legon, you know there is this kind of tension that it comes with. But then they managed to keep their composure, as Chuku rightly said, right from the beginning. I didn't believe what I was seeing, but it was happening. And this year they are meeting Giants from 1-8. I mean, this is the best team from the 1-8. If you are using the scores to determine. Yes, so that's something that they've done it before. So they will come into this contest with all that morale, like it's possible. I mean, but then I expect Gamsu KNUST to win. It will be between the two of them. Oh,
Between
Gamsu and then Nubji.
I think
that's what I feel.
I think we should bet on this.
Gam-
Yes.
I was gonna
So
say,
you will choose
Okay,
Kasa.
okay, let's bet.
Noobsy. Because no, you see, right now, for a Noobsy team to win the championship, all hopes lie on Noobsy.
Nubji has.
So I don't think that Edna will agree with any of the things that you said today. Whether you have facts to back it, whether you are being objective or not, I don't think that Edna will agree with anything that you said.
No.
So
I'm actually
in-
being objective
in-
here. I'm doing an objective bet. Like I'm betting objectively.
So you think Nubji has to win? Convincingly.
Yes.
Like your yes is not convincing, crowd.
All right, so Edna is saying Nubji, UHAS is winning, Chukwemeka and K.
What do you
Ah.
think? Yourself, what do you think?
Let me be like Reverend. I'll stay on the fence.
Please, we've broken the fence.
Oh, but I think this one, I will back Kasa because I mean,
for me, it's Gamsu Kasa.
oh, okay, so you are ruling out Nubji.
Hey,
I'm not really out
Simple,
but
like
it's,
simple.
No, but it's
That's
Gamsu
ruled out
Kasa.
Nubji.
hey, what you're doing to Edna is
I
not
like
fine.
I like
No,
the
hey,
lady from
you'll be
Kasa.
shocked. You'll be shocked tomorrow, and I would love to see the shock on your faces.
Yeah. No, if it happens tomorrow, we'll not be shocked because they have done it before. They have done it before, so it's not a new thing.
He wins down fierce no fault.
Yeah.
Chuku already has experience. So
I know them already, so it's not a new thing. So,
So okay, so yes, I let me be the one to back Kasa KNUST and see if they can make me smile at the end of contest 1 tomorrow. Moving on to contest 2, we have WCF Legon against Gesam Umat and Aposa KNUST. Now, WCF didn't give us any form of impressive showing at the institutionals. The UG team, we will have to talk about the UGC teams because I don't think any of them won their qualifying contest in the institutional championship. All the 3 seeded teams lost. None of them was in the grand finale. And I don't know if it's because the teams were rusty, because they felt, oh, we are already in the nationals. I don't really know why. But we didn't, the performance we saw from the WCF Legon, Live City Eugene, and Gamsu Eugene, to me, was the worst we've seen from them since the inception of the National Bible Quiz. And now this WCF team, well, they've had some time to prepare. School has been on vacation for a while now, and they've had some time to prepare. But they are meeting Gesam Yuat, who was wounded and rose up from the ashes. And then we have Aposa KNUST, who also scored 45 in their 1-8 stage. What do you think is of this contest, NK?
Well, I think for the UG seeded teams, it was a plus for them to actually lose their qualifying contest. I feel the experience from last year, you could see that the seeded teams from UG were not at their best last year. Deeper Life Legon. Sorry, I'm using your team more. Yes, Deeper Life Legon. They were the champions and then they were eliminated in the first stage. Gamsu UG, even though they managed to be seeded, they lost and you all know what happened. The other seeded teams, no one got to the finals.
Okay.
And we know the Legon teams are quite good. But last year wasn't their best. Their best. KNUST worked all over them. And that was something that was alarming. So this year, they're losing earlier. I'm sure that is a wake-up call to them. So I am assuming that the seeded teams have done their homework by now.
Okay.
I am banking on the seeded teams to do their homework and give us something way better than what they did at the institutionals.
Sugar Maker.
Okay, the UG seeded teams, I think it was very bad. Even though when, like last year, for example, when DLCF KNUST lost their championship before the finals, you will see it was close. It was not bad like that of the UG seeded teams. Yes, so, but it's good because you know that you are not on top of the world. You have to go back and prepare. But I'll be looking at Gamsu because it was very bad during the institutional championship. So we want to see what they have done to improve on that. And WCF2, you could see that you are missing a key player. And what is the team doing to replace that key player? Because every team, we have our key players. So when that key player is going, what are you doing to replace that key player? So I think that is really.
I think the whole concept of missing key player is what happened to Gamsu Eugene last year. Without Kofi Labi, the team didn't look as strong as it was in 2023. But at least they were able to fight enough to maintain their seeded spots. Telling Kofi Labi that Kofi, hey, you gave us a seeded spot, please. We are putting it down for you. This is it. I mean, they showed, but right now WCF, for me, Melody did all the work, a lot of the work last year, and that was the question I was asking. Is it possible to maintain their seed without Melody after what I saw at the institutionals? Because if you followed the questions for the institutionals very well, there were no new questions to them. In fact, a number of the questions I've heard Melody answer them. So it brings that question up a lot of times because Melody was a key player. He was out, and then that was it. Pentefel lost a key player last year. By God's grace, they got seeded again. This year, they've lost the two other people who were with the key player. The institutionals didn't go well. So the whole, I think that every team needs to have some form of methodical way of doing transitions.
Like Barcelona.
I like that. I like that.
No,
like
because
Barcelona.
You see, it shouldn't happen that you lost somebody completed and left. And so your team is... And that is what impressed me about DLCF KNUST at the institutionals. Smart was no longer there, but they didn't make it easy for ADCM to win. I mean, ADCM was ringing a lot, but DLCF KNUST was also showing, and Richmond, the new guy, we'll get there and talk about them, but he was also mean, so it tells you that every team needs a way to have a transition. It shouldn't be that every year the number of contestants you are training is just 3. It shouldn't happen, which is why what Snoopsy you has did this year was something I was happy about. Now, at least that we've seen, they have 5 contestants. So even if Marilyn is out, there's someone coming in. Even if Derek is out, there's someone coming in. So every team that is contesting the national should aim at least having those 5 contestants. I mentioned when I was taking names for contestants from Amstead, DLCF submitted 5. I was like, please, we want 3. Please, we want 3. What is 5? I mean, so it tells you that submitting 5 means that they know that these people are ready. And that is something that every team should learn. Every team should learn to pick up. Because if you have a team of 5 who are all competitive, challenging each other, anyone who really wants to contest and is part of the team will up their game. But if we are only 3, I know that there you sit me. No matter what, you sit me. So what is my motivation to up my game? And so this is to every team. And it also prevents the whole issue of my contestant is not ready. One of my contestants has eyes, so we can't contest again. Get a team of at least 5. Let them train. Let them push each other to the limits. And I think that you will see that your team will have a whole new dynamic. The performance will change and everything. And so this is what we are saying to every team, not just to the seeded teams, but every team that is in the national championship, every team that didn't make it, every team that couldn't participate even in institutional championships this year, but you are preparing to participate next year. Please work on getting at least 5 contestants. Push them. Let them push each other. And I think that you will see that the outcome will be a whole lot different for you. All right. So let me take your takes on the contest. Who is winning? WCF Legon, Gesam Umat, and Aposa KNUST.
Well, WCF Legon, personally, I have never seen them on stage.
Okay.
Yes. And, well, I've seen Gesam Umat, and, well, I think I'll go for Aposa KNUST.
Okay.
Yes.
Aposa
I am tipping Aposa KNUST to win. But let's see. Let's see what the Lord has for us.
This one doesn't have DLCF, so we want to hear what you think.
Okay, so it will be a tight contest because I'm looking them on the same, like, even. So I'm confused on whom to pick. Yeah, because I'm looking them even, but
Sharing your suffering.
WCF. I'm looking at WCF Legon. I want the Legon team to qualify to the next stage. So I'll pick WCF based on sentiment, but when I'm looking at Aposa, this contest will end at round 5.
Okay.
We'll be there until round 5 before we determine who will win.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. NK, there's no gums.
Yes. Well, I don't know what WCF will bring on board. That's my challenge.
That's always the thing about predicting quarterfinals contest, because you don't know what the seeded teams are bringing on board.
Yes.
So, but you still have to tell us something. What do you think?
This is very crucial. I want to choose a Legon team.
Based on
WCF Legon.
sentiment.
Yes. But Aposa is a team that you cannot overlook.
Gesam,
Gesam too is
who was
good.
once dead,
Yes.
is already dead, took highest scorer award.
So you see, this is what we are looking at. WCF Legon became seeded through being one of the Lifeline contest winning teams. That is how they became seeded. They lost against Newbridge, then Grey contested in the Lifeline contest, and then became seeded. Now they are facing off against a team that came
Through the lifeline.
through the Lifeline. So
So
But for me, I think that's because I am in Kumasi. Any contest with a team from Kumasi, I am going Kumasi. So Aposa KNST, please, I am backing you.
I think I'll also back Aposa Ken University.
I'm
Yes.
sticking with WCF.
I'll back Aposa Ken University.
Winners!
So right now it's 3
Winners.
against 1.
Let's go. Winners.
All right.
Yes. Yeah.
NK, Lord will catch you. So, in our third contest for quarterfinal day 1, we have our defending champions against Aposa UCC against AGCM Legon. Let me start from Chukwemeka. Your brothers.
My brothers. A very tough one because of UCC. Aposa UCC, very good team. I think they won one of the highest scorer. I think they qualified with 45 points or 44 points.
45.
A very, very solid team. And AGCM Legon, very good team, especially in the round 2. Wow. I'll go with the LCF KUSC, not because of they are my brothers, but when you watch the institutional championship, Abigail was even sitting down.
She was not sitting down.
Like she was benched, like she was not on stage.
Yes.
So I'll be looking at them. They fielded 2 new contestants. I know Noah.
Noah was not new.
Noah was not new. Richmond was new, but Noah has not filled the heat. If you
I think okay, so it's
Yeah.
basically the
Yeah.
first time Noah has sat for a full contest
Yeah.
was the
institutional championship.
Yeah.
So I think they did well. Both of them did well. But I'll be tipping them to win because they have the team.
But Chukwemeka, we want to ask you this one. They want inside information. The question is, who is joining Abigail? Is it Richmond or Noah?
I can't tell. I can't tell. I know, but I won't tell you. Yes, I know, but I won't tell you. Yes.
Will you predict?
Hmm.
Will you predict?
I said Kumasi. So
I know who
Who's
test.
who will contest? I should predict.
Eh.
For me, I think that Noah will still be a substitute. They will start Richmond and
I think so too.
that's what I think.
I think so too.
Yes.
Let's wait for tomorrow.
All right. So Edna, tell us who is winning. Who you think is winning? You have an institutional champion and a national champion. You have Aposa UCC, who are known to fight. I mean, they fought Casa UCC in the qualifying contest at the institutionals. You were the quiz mistress, you remember. And then we have AGCM Legon, the Stanley Show.
You see, Aposa UCC, yes, they are known to be fighters, and I witnessed their performance at the institutionals. But looking at UCC's institutionals and they come in here, if they should bring their hits from the institutionals to this place, I think round 2 wouldn't even be up and then it will be quenched. Round 2 wouldn't even end and then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, the just ended 1-8 stage was a great
As you
show.
expected.
You get it? It was
45.
quite great. Yes.
They're quite great.
But then I'm saying that if they think because they were able to fight at the institutionals, it is the same fire they are bringing me. I don't think they'll reach anywhere. Maybe round 3. But who knows?
Please, my UCC people, she will come back to school. Why? All right. So NK.
But she didn't choose anyone. No. She just said Aposa UC will not win.
Okay,
I
so
want to hear.
Why do you want to hear?
maybe she's keeping it for at the end of round 1.
Yes, I'll make my prediction at the end of round.
No. We are all making predictions here. We want it on camera. Oh, we are waiting for you.
Why? Why?
Enki,
I'm not
you give us.
Okay. So, as Edna rightly said, I think it will be between the Legon and King University team. Yes. And I don't want to. I don't want King University to defeat Legon, but it's looking likely that it will happen. Hmm. I'm choosing the two teams.
I see. Hey, another Casa contest. I think, last year, the Casa teams, other than Casa UCC, didn't really go well for them. The Casa teams. And I post the scores on my status and everything. My family members, so Casa didn't win. So Casa didn't win. So I was like, people relax. I'm not the one contesting. So if you please, somebody should go for Casa UCC. Why? Otherwise, my family members will ask me why we didn't predict Casa UCC.
This contest is serious. Contest of champions.
The contest for
Yeah.
Yes, contest of champions.
Contest 4.
DLCF.
Casa UCC, DLCF Amstead Kumasi, and GCCI Legon, all institutional champions. Casa UCC is seeded, won the institutional championship. DLCF Amstead, now they've rested, they've freshened up, and they are coming back. And then GCCI, our problem with GCCI has always been the same. I think this year it was slightly better, but it has always been the same. We don't really see the team. We see one man doing very well, but the team performance is not there. Now, these two teams that they are going to face off against have teams. They have the two people are all working. I mean, the two people are all working to get something. And so if it happens, and DLCF Amstead don't play with their speed races. And I think it's something that's, I don't know if our Papa Kumuyi has been teaching them about speed races, but DLCF teams, if they will kill you off, it's speed race.
me, the contest is won in the speed race. That is where we fight for the questions. But the rest, we have our own questions. The speed race. That is where you win the contest in the speed race.
Because by the end of the speed race, I think they had 27. DLCF Amstead. By the end of the speed race, we had 27 points, higher than somebody's winning score. I mean, and now we have Casa UCC, who also they have improved. Casa UCC have improved over the years. Their institutionals was an improvement over their national championship performance, and they are facing off against. So, okay, let me start with you.
Well, these three teams being paired together is something that I didn't want. I wish for all three to have been seeded. Yes, I wish for all three to have been seeded. I mean, Casa UCC, an excellent team. Watching them last year, I was really impressed. They caught my attention right from, I think, quarterfinals and then the semis. That was where they caught my attention. Then they proved that they are a good team at the institutionals. They didn't start well, but then they made sure they finished the job. They got the job done. Aposa Easy was leading. I was tipping Aposa Easy to win that contest. Yes, I think I made that prediction in the fan show and it didn't go well. I mean, it was going so well at the beginning, but they showed that they are in for something. Yes, they did so well. And the only challenge is DLCF Amstead. I mean, coming all the way from Kumasi, and then that day you give us 52 points. And they were even saying they are the landlords now because they felt they've done, and it's true, they did so well. And the main player or one of their team members was not in. So honestly, I'll have to tip DLCF Amstead, but it will be a serious contest.
But this is not the first time Casa UCC is meeting GCC, right? Casa UCC got to the semi-final last year by beating GCCI Legon. So they have a chance to do it. But for me, I think that last year, in the phase of proper competition, because last year, I think you could see as that asking the other guy, Charlie, true or false, the guys will be like this. But when they got to the place where there was proper competition, New Breed Legon, VCF Legon, they crumbled. So I feel that it's could repeat. Could repeat because DLCF Amstead are proper competition. Proper competition. And we've seen 3 different performances and they've been consistent. So it's somebody you've met before and somebody everybody is saying you should be afraid of. Kasa ECC. Wow. Chukwemeka, I won't ask you. I know you will say DLCF. So let's move
We
to
didn't do highest scorer for the day. Contest 1. Day 1.
day 1.
Highest
Oh, okay. Yes. So, my audience, Sweet Music introduced the highest scorer of the day award for this year. As part of their 10th anniversary, they are giving musical instruments to the winners of the contest, the ones with the highest score at the end of the day. They've given out 6 different sets of items to 6 different denominations. On Monday, they will be giving another one, and that is the Sweet Music Highest Scorer of the Day award. Now, my people are saying they want to predict the highest scorer of the day for day 1. Chukwemeka just wants to say D or CFK University, but you let's ask him. Chukwemeka.
Okay. Day 1. DLCF KNUST.
Gamsu KNUST.
Edna.
Jihad.
Okay. So we will wait to see tomorrow. All right. Then we are back to the Kasa ECC matter. Chukwemeka, DLCF Amstead. Or
So-
you go for GCCI Legon.
Okay. GCCI Legon, as you said, 2 good years are better than 1. And you could see that DLCF Amstead, they have a good team, solid team with content. Like they know the thing. So DLCF Amstead will win this one. They'll win it. They'll win this one. But Kasa UCC, they are very good. But
Hey,
meeting DLCF
people are talking about people losing their seed, and you are talking about it lightly like that. Somebody fought so hard to get a seeded slot. You are giving it to someone else easily like that.
I think DLCF
Are you Edna?
Kasa UCC's performance, yes, it has always been good. But looking at how far DLCF Amstead has come, I think I will side with Chukwemeka.
Wow. I don't think I should ask Edna about the UCC teams again because she starts with an encouragement, discourages them, then goes for another team. I won't ask her about any UCC team again. Pentifel, when we get to Pentifel, we will move on.
And then I really want to talk about Pentiful.
let's get there. NK, who is winning this contest?
DLCF Amstead Kumasi.
Wow. This is unilateral. Everyone is saying DLCF Amstead Kumasi is winning. Then the next contest. Live City Eugene against Pensa Umat and Kasa Umat.
I
don't know,
finally
but-
get to support UG.
I don't know, but Live City have a way of finding themselves in the middle of family matters. It's always happened. I mean, in 2023, it was Live City Eugene against Deeper Life KNUST and Deeper Life Legon. Same church, different campus. Now we are seeing Live City Eugene against Pensa Umat and Kasa Umat.
They'll put their heads together.
They will put their heads together.
Make sure one
So-
my team is
Chukwemeka has experience.
one
with this
my
matter.
team is in the semi-final.
But Kasa Umat scored 22, and even that was a tiebreaker. Yes, and then Pensa Umat were saying that their contest was the lowest scoring contest in the 1-8 stage. They scored 39. The CCTU teams combined scored 13. and then there is Live City UG, who gave us a different face in the institutional championship. So this contest may be one of the wild cards, because if East Live City is bringing the same performance from institutionals, Enfa. If Casa UMAT come expecting the level of competition that Sparks gave them, it may be too low a ball to set for Live City. If Pensa UMAT are also coming thinking, oh, we scored 39, there was not competition. So this contest may be a wild card, but I want to hear your thoughts. Before you come in with your thoughts, I want you to think about it very well. I'll take a very short break. When we come back, we'll talk about contest 5 of the quarterfinals. If you're watching us, a big thank you for staying with us up until this point. Stay with us as we take this quick break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the preview for the quarterfinals of the 2025 National Bible Quiz Championship. We've been previewing, we've been discussing the quarterfinals as the balloting has happened. We've done the first 4. We are on the 5th quarterfinal contest between Live City UG, Pensa UMAT, and Casa UMAT. I'll be hearing the takes from my people very shortly. I want to begin with Chukwemeka. It's like I'm beginning with you a lot, but you have faced Live City before. You faced them like on 3 different occasions. 2023 institutionals, you didn't face them. So 2024 institutionals,
Yes.
2023 semifinals. Tell us.
Okay. Very, very good team. 2023 institutionals. I think they put up the fight. I think where
it was a test of the day that
test
they
of
fell
the
off.
day that
Yes, in
they
2020.
fell off.
It got 0.
Yes,
Remember,
because
Scott.
because the round two, it was, we're all very, very close. Yeah, very good team. I don't know if Daphne will come in this time around. You have to
I
tell
think
us.
I think as it stands now, she's the only one who is sort of a veteran in the team.
Okay.
Yes, the only one who
And
I don't know if she's contesting,
and
but
my mate, I've forgotten his name. The other fair guy,
Adonis.
Adonis, my schoolmate.
Adonis,
Yeah.
after giving us Jama, yeah, he's no longer in school,
Yeah.
so Adonis is no longer a contestant.
Yeah.
Prince is also no longer a contestant. So essentially, it
New
is now
faces.
Daphne and new people.
Yes.
Yes, so
So I think Daphne experience will really, really help the team. And
but you see, this is also another dynamic of losing a contestant. In the case of Life City, we can say that she was the key person.
yes,
She's lost the partners, but now she has to bring some people in if she's contesting. Because did we see her at the institutionals? No.
No.
So we didn't see her at the institutionals. It could be but that's because they were seeded, they decided to try something new. Like Nubs has just that theirs didn't work out. But it could be her and someone else. It's still a very good team.
yes.
If it's any of the guys who contested, I think the Prince guy who contested was a bit okay. So somebody like that with Daphne should be a good team.
Yes.
But the question
fair guy,
is,
right?
would they be good enough for Pensa Umat and Kasa Umat?
The fair guy is Prince.
Yes.
I think Prince and Daphne will be a very strong team because Prince is very fast when it comes to speed race.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm tipping Life City Eugene to win this one. Even though it's not be convinced, but they'll get that seeded. They'll get that seeded status back.
Okay. So Chuku is saying that it may not be a convincing win, but for their seeded slots, they are maintaining it. Edna. Edna is
Edna.
thinking.
Because I'm thinking because as we already said, Life City's performance during the institutionals wasn't good. And looking at Pensa Umat and Kasa Umat, what we have seen, I honestly don't know. But let me go with Chico Emeka on.
But I think the Casa Umas team, they came a day before the contest.
Okay.
So maybe they were tired,
also
exhausted. And so
Okay.
and our ladies can also
No.
put a fight.
Me,
It is
after
not
what
an
I saw
excuse.
from
Amstead.
No, I don't have excuse. After what I saw,
Amstead arrived hours
That
before their
day,
contest.
Amstead have written off every excuse.
Amstead arrived hours before
yes,
their
and they
contest.
came a day before.
And
if
they
I'm
came
right.
a day before, so I don't
That was
think
even-
it's,
I think the last
it's,
contest, right?
it's an excuse.
Yeah, the last contest.
I don't think it's an excuse.
They spent almost 24 hours on the grounds. Almost. So
I don't think
to
it's
me,
an excuse.
No longer an excuse.
Yeah.
No longer I came a day before.
No.
I mean, you can make the excuse for Life City too that they fielded new contestants.
That is
During
why
the
the
stu- that's why they
performance
didn't
was
perform
not
well.
much.
But then I'm hoping that they've done their homework and then they will come and then give us something over 40 points.
Something over 40
Wow.
points. I
40
think it's been a while since we've seen Life City score more than 40.
Yes.
After they did
It is-
81 in the quarterfinals of 2023, we've not seen them. I think in the Eugene institutions last year, they got, but that was it. At the quarterfinals last year, it was 20s. The semifinals, it was also 20s. So we are hoping to see that they can go back into their 40s and the 50s. But for you to get that in the quarterfinal, well, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Our next contest.
Fire.
The next contest
Fire.
for the quarterfinals.
Fire.
We have AGCMK and UST,
Fire.
who lost the grand finale by 2 full years against Pensa K and UST and Noobs UDS Nyankpala.
Fire.
I think these teams have all won institutional championships before. Noobs and AGCM are current champions. Noobs have won back to back. Pensa won in 2024. AGCM won this year. But the AGCM team have been on an upward curve, if we can put it that way, because in the institutional qualifiers, I mean, they just ran away with the points. In the grand finale, they also did same. So, okay,
Well,
I'm
if
starting with you because last year the AGCM team had to wipe away 3 Gamsu teams back to back to make it to the grand finale,
yes,
and
and
yours was part.
I already know that. You already see the wiped us. Why do you have?
All
Yeah,
right.
so
So what do you think of?
I have
I think
seen
they've lost Isaac Odrobense, but
they've made a good replacement, an excellent replacement. I
wow.
must admit. I witnessed them at the institutionals, and all 3 contestants were good. They made a substitution, and then he also came to do better. So you could see that, yeah, they have grown into it. Yes, they have grown into it, and I've seen them slay giants. I mean, this time I'm the giant. I've seen them slay giants, and the way they did it was beautiful. Yes, so I think they will go through. They will go through. I hope they go through. Yes, I want them to go through.
Chukwemeka.
Fire. It's fire. I think Kofi will say they should call the fire service. This one will be fire. AGCM KNUST, Pensa KNUST, 2 good teams. I can't predict.
I think the only team in this whole list that doesn't have a new contestant is
Yes.
Noobs.
Noobs.
Because in 2024 we saw Israel, we saw Gideon, and then we saw Bevelin. This year they are the same people we are seeing, and so at
Think-
least they have.
And Noobs too, they did very well during their 1-8.
Yes.
So fire. That is all. This one will be very tough.
They did very well, but I think they didn't start well.
They didn't start well, but they round
Yes.
2.
So
Uh-huh.
this is
They
quarterfinal. If you don't
If
start,
you don't
well,
start well, this is AGCM AGCM
AGCM
KNUST we are
KNUST.
talking about.
because they were this close to winning the national championship
Yeah.
against
Yes,
Chukwemeka, who was also this close to winning the
Yes.
national in 2023.
yes.
Eventually won in 2024. So it tells you the kind of team that
Yes.
the AGCM KNUST
Yes.
are. And plus, Isaac was a contestant in 2024, but he didn't do as much. He was the substitute in 2024, right?
Yeah.
The grand finale, he
Yeah.
was the
In
substitute.
2023 was also there.
Substitute.
Yes.
So he was also in 2023.
Yes.
But you see, the team from last year, the stronger people, in my opinion, are the ones who are still around. And the one that was added, I mean, I was reading the questions and the guy was just ringing the bell.
But I think Isaac comes in round 2. Or-
Yes.
And that is where the game is won.
So okay.
But
So
this year,
this
they
is
are
where
also
I
still
disagree
good.
with. This is where I disagree with him. Isaac comes in round 2, but still Benjamin answers almost all the questions in the round 2.
Most of
It
it.
is teamwork.
Yes, it is teamwork, but
It's teamwork. You can see the teamwork there.
yes,
You are the one
yes.
talking doesn't mean that you are the one answering
think-
all the questions.
I think Isaac does so well too.
too well.
Yes,
Yes.
so well. But then this year, I think the
For
others
me,
are
for,
answering
if-
more
for
this year
me,
than
for me,
last year.
the one who has been brought in, that is what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's a bit of an upgrade.
Upgrade,
For me.
yes.
For me,
Need-
They did
the
a
one
good
who's been brought
replacement.
in is yes,
Yeah,
the
they did a
replacement
good-
was good. That's
was
what I
very
was
good.
talking about.
A very good
The transitions,
Transition.
all
If
two, all
you
two are
have the
better.
transition on point,
Yes.
then you really don't have.
And you are looking at
issue.
a Pensa team that want to be seeded.
Yes. I think
A Pensa team that want to be seeded by all means. Kelvin is not smiling at all.
but you see, we were saying earlier that in terms of competition, Pensa KNSC didn't have competition in the 1-8 stage.
Yes.
They didn't have competition in terms of competition. Because if they really had competition, after missing Mamelin, they would have felt it. They would have felt that, Charlie, we are missing someone with experience. But they sailed through. Kelvin is wild. Kelvin, I would say is like Aseda. If you leave him alone on the stage,
Stage.
he can still perform well.
Perform.
But now where we are, you need the
But-
pair
But you watch
to be
the one
very
eight,
good enough.
the 1-8 stage. The other guy was doing most of the talking, and Kelvin was doing most of the supporting. If you watch the
No,
1-8,
You were the same person who said the fact that the person is talking doesn't mean he's the one answering.
yes,
No,
that's what I'm
it's
saying. That Kelvin is doing the supporting, and another person is doing the talking. Means whilst you are talking, I'm telling you, okay, say this. Don't add this. Don't add that.
But I also think that say this was costing some teams in the 1A stage. Because in the quarterfinal, the leniency in terms of answering questions, delaying may not be there because everybody is wild.
Yeah.
And say this. I heard from one of the teams. I was talking with one of the teams, and apparently, the contestants who knew the answer was telling the other one to speak. But whatever he was saying, the one who was hearing and saying it eventually said something that whoever knew it didn't say because he didn't hear it well. I mean, that's
The teamwork.
I think the team should also watch out for
The
that.
team.
If you are the one who knows the answer, say it.
No, I mean, when you are answering a question, the other contestant should not keep quiet. He should follow you. As you are answering, he should be following you. Okay, you missed something that is needed. You have missed something. Yes, so you can't just be answering a question and I'll just sit down there and I'm watching you. And you make a mistake. If I'm not listening to you to correct you or to add up something, you may make a mistake and it will cause the
Cost
team.
you.
So that's why one is answering, one is also supporting
Okay.
the
Okay. So
One
it
answering.
means that it's two different points.
Yes.
If you know the answer, please say it.
You
But if
say
the
it.
other one is saying it and you have something to add,
you add.
don't leave him.
Yes.
Add to it.
Add to it.
Okay, I hope our
Yes.
contestants are hearing. Okay. So Chukwemeka, you are also going for AGCM or Pensa?
I can't predict. But I would love Pensa to win. I would love Pensa to win, but I can't predict. It will be very tough. It will be a very tough game because Pensa.
Okay.
So I want to ask you, since there are two KNUST teams, two Kumasi teams, which one are you for?
Yeah.
Which team are you vouching
Going
for?
for.
I am for Kumasi.
Okay.
So choose one of the Kumasi.
Either way, I'm fine.
Kumasi is Kumasi.
Either way, I'm fine. Just that I also fell in love with Nyankpala over the past 2 years. And it would be nice for Nyankpala to have a seeded team. So I think that in the words of Reverend, I'll sit on the fence for this particular
I'm
contest.
sitting on the fence with you.
All right, so our final day, highest score of the day. For me, I think that DLCF Amstead Kumasi is likely
Yes,
to
DLCF
get the
Amstead.
highest score of the day.
Amstead.
On the basis that the third contest could have had the highest score of the day, but that contest will be very tough. So for you to get so high a score, it will be difficult. So it's for Live City, like Chukwemeka said, I if they are to win, it may not be as convincing as we want it
They
to
will get
be.
their seeded status. That is.
I think they will give us the show Pentifor gave us last year. It was not convincing, but the CDS
Get it.
maintained it. All right. Then Gamsu Eugene in day 3, contest 1 versus Kata Legon and Nas Une.
Okay.
So this one, let's leave this one for Oli and K. Then
No, we can't.
I actually muted my microphone, so you two will talk.
Jugu, let me start with Edna. Edna.
I think with this contest, the contest is between Gamsu UG and Kasalegon.
Wow.
Nas, you are hearing that.
You see,
Oh, you said
well, the
tomorrow is
reason
not a Sabbath day, so
yeah, the reason why I'm saying that is because of Nas's performance in the 1/8,
okay.
winning a contest with 25 points, and then meeting Kasa and Gamsu UG and Kasa Legon. I mean, this is it's so clear. But who knows? Maybe they are trying
Because-
their best.
I think all the teams that had the opportunity to recontest, with the exception of the Amstead teams, and okay, did better.
Yes.
They improved. Gesam Umat moved from 26 to 42.
Eh,
Nubzi Eugene moved from 26 to 30. But then Nas Une moved from 29 to 25. Fine, the contest may have been a bit tough, but all the other teams also had tough contests. I mean, Nubzi, who improved from 26 to 30, were against Amstead DLCF, who scored 52, just 1 point shy of Gamsu Kenya's highest score. So it could go against Nas Une, but we are still hoping that because I think that they are the only NAS team that have come this far
yeah.
since the inception of the national championship. And when it happens like that, there are some of us that root for such teams because it's not easy to get there. And be the other churches, we've heard their names for so long. Gamsu, DLCF, AGCM. It would be nice to mention their teams and mention NAS Une.
Like Noobs GUS.
Yes.
That's why we give it to them.
Chuku, please, you didn't give it to them. They took it from you.
Erica,
They snatched
please,
it.
I beg.
All right. So, NK. Oh.
Well, I'm still standing on my point that for me, I think the contest will be between Gamsu UG and Kasaligon.
Who is winning? That's what NK is looking
Yes.
for. Who is winning?
Because of NK, I'll choose Kasaligon.
Hey.
Yes.
NK. People have issues with you. Chuku.
So I don't know what Gamsu will bring back. So I hope Frank will put up a show like he did the first year, because his performance has been coming down from the first year. I don't know it's because of Kofi Labi. He has left him. But
People have been left and dismantled the team. That is
but
the
I hope
whole thing.
he put up. I think I met him somewhere and I told him you have to improve on your game because it has been coming down. And I hope he will put up a show for this contest. If Frank brings his A game, I think Gamsu Eugene will win. But if Frank, no A game for Frank, the Casa, I've forgotten his name. I think it's Prince or
Yeah, Prince Nyako.
Prince. Oh, so this contest between Prince and Frank.
Okay.
Prince and Frank.
I
Yeah.
see. NK.
Yes, so
This is the time that I wish Evans was here. All right,
Maybe we'll
NK.
call Evans.
you let's talk on the stage at 9 a.m. on Wednesday.
Hey.
Okay. So
NK says we should wait for 9 a.m.
9
on
a.m.
Wednesday and talk on the stage.
What do you think?
Oh, I'm going for Casa.
Casa.
Yes.
Television.
Yes, because my family members will ask me about it.
Okay.
Yes. So Casa. Who did you? Oh, I said CAC will win. CAC will win. Then I move on. Oh, but the Casa performance I've seen this year has improved. It has improved. And right now, the only Gamsu performance that we have to match it against is the institutionals. We've not seen any other performance from them. And per understanding, the gentleman, I don't want to mention the other, what's his name? Oh, forgive me, Mighty.
God's plan.
God's plan, yes. God's plan. God's plan was not on the team at the institutionals. It was Frank and then new people. So if that is what we are going to see, then based on that, I think that I'm going to go for Casa Legon to win that contest. Okay, moving on. Contest 8. Pentefel UCC, DLCF Legon, and Pensa Legon. For the first time ever, Pensa Legon are in the quarterfinals. DLCF Legon are looking for a treasure they lost. and Pentefer UCC want to continue their streak of maintaining the seat and leaving it for someone else to come and continue. But in terms of performance, the DLCF Legon performance this year was good. The Pensa Legon performance this year may not be as impressive as DLCF, but they've gotten to a place where they've seen that there's more to achieve. The ceiling can be pushed a bit higher, so they will come with a bit more hunger, a bit more fire, a bit more fight in them. Against Pentefer UCC at the institutionals, I saw 2 new people, and for me, the performance was bad.
The first year, I've forgotten his name.
Ebenezer. So Ebenezer completed that year.
That year.
And last year, I think Emmanuel was with him, but the lady was not. So Emmanuel and then the lady. Then this year, both of them are no longer in the team. So it's also 2 new people
These are
contesting.
they have completed or
Yes, completed.
Oh, I think the past contestants should be playing a part in the team. When you leave, don't leave the team. Like when you complete.
Kofi Labi, Chukwemeka has a message for you.
When you complete, don't leave the team because you started it. So help the team grow, help the team mature. Because if you leave like that without even looking out for the team, looking out
but
at the steady,
I understand. Last year, Ebenezer was around.
Yeah.
He was around helping the team
Helping
and
the
all
team.
that. I think we even interviewed him
Yes.
last year. He was around a lot for the team. But their performance last year was not good. I think they won with 22, but as of round 3, they were around 11 points. It's a true or false that propelled them a bit for them to win with 22. And then the opponents also had a bad day. But this year, I don't think that Spencer Legon and DLCF Legon are going to have a bad day.
Not today.
Not today. So, NK, who is winning?
Just as my brother sided with me, I'm siding with DLCF Legon.
DLCF Legon. Chukwemeka.
Yeah. So I can't.
Asking Chukwemeka as
I
if
can't.
he will go for a different team.
I can't underrate any team until 12 p.m. or 2 o'clock on Wednesday. Then we will know who will win. But I can't underrate any team from experience. I can't underrate any team. So
okay. So Edna has a lot to say about Pentefer.
So yeah, Pentefer UCC's performance in the institutionals was bad, and well, last year's contest, at that time I didn't really follow. So looking at Pentefer's performance and then getting to know that they are a seeded team, I was quite surprised. Because with the institutionals, it was bad. Like their performance, it wasn't good. So probably they've done their homework. They've worked on themselves. But if not, I don't think they would even survive round 1.
Hey.
I'm being
I think
honest.
I heard the same statement
you were
for
there.
Kasa UCC.
Yes, you were there during the institutionals, and you can testify that Pentefer UCC's performance wasn't good.
Okay, well, they've had about 4 months since the
institutional
championship on 3rd May.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've had about a little over 4 months. So we are hoping they will surprise us tomorrow. And then finally, our team that had the most sensational run in 2024, New Breed KNUST against Aposa Une and New Breed Legon.
Tough contest.
So, like I said, KNUST. So,
yes,
New Breed KNUST.
I am also rooting for New Breed KNUST and rooting for Obrempon in particular.
Hey.
I mean, yes. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I think this year we saw Lemon, we saw Obrempon.
Yeah.
I realized they had a 3rd contestant this time. So they will be making some substitutes if they need it. But last year they didn't have, so it was just the two of them. Last year I think I picked up a streak of predicting against them. But for tomorrow, this year, I want the trophy to go back to KNUST again.
Hey.
So
Yes,
yes,
Hmm.
so that I can escort it home.
Okay.
So I'll go for New Breed KNUST because they know how to, compose themselves. They have content. Their performance on the national stage is good. It may not have gone well for them in the institutionals, but they didn't let it slip away from them. And I'm seeing them maybe do what Smart did last year, lose the institutional championship and win the nationals. I think that at this point, that is what is happening. Whoever wants to win the nationals will have to sacrifice the institutionals. Gamsu Eugene did it in 2023. DLCF Kenya State did it last year, and we'll see if any of the current institutional champions can do that this year. Let me start from Edna. New Breed KNS, you've already got okay. So Sugar Maker, New Breed KNST, New Breed Legon, Aposa Une.
So I watched Aposa during the 1-8. Very solid team. So and New Breed Legon, a very good team also. This will be a very tough contest. But New Breed KUST, they have experience, they have content, but Aposa is also there and Legon is also there. I would love Legon to win. I would love New Breed Legon to win. But everything is going the way of New Breed KUST, but I can't write out Aposa Union. So I'll sit on the fence on this one. I'll just enjoy the contest.
I thought I'll be the only one to sit on the fence.
People of God, you keep sitting on the fence. One day you fall off.
Fence will break. The fence will break.
Because I'm now sitting on the fence.
The fence will break.
Yes.
That's what Edna has said.
New Breed is a good team. New Breed KUST, I mean. We saw it from last year. This year, their institutionals, it wasn't bad. They were just outmatched a little by Gamsu KNUST. Yes, and Gamsu KNUST is obviously one of the best teams this year, so that means it was a fair deal with them. We saw Aposa Une, they did so well in this at the 1A stage, yes, so well. Which, since you guys are rooting for some teams that have just one remaining, why don't you root for one Une team to also qualify?
Why you are sitting on the fence?
Yes. New Breed Legon 2 are doing well. I mean, since 2023, this is like the best we've seen from them. This may even be better than 2023, depending on what we see tomorrow. What we see on Wednesday. Yes. So I'll sit on the fence. I'll just enjoy myself. Yeah.
I think Aposa Union, they are the highest scorer of the day award.
Yes, they had the highest score of the day award. So they are
Very
coming with
good.
momentum.
Yeah. Momentum.
It would be nice to see them win.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've gone through the 9 quarterfinals for the 2025 National Championship. Beginning from day 1, contest 1, Nubji has Gamsu KNUST, Kasa KNUST, WCF Legon, Gesam Umat, and Aposa KNUST in contest 2. DLCF KNUST, Aposa UCC, and AGCM Legon in contest 3. Day 1, Monday, 29th September 2025. That's tomorrow, a few hours from now. The quarterfinals will begin. Day 2, Tuesday, 30th September, Kasa UCC against DLCF Amstead Kumasi and GCCI Legon in contest 4 of our quarterfinals. Contest 5, we have Live City University of Ghana, Pensa UMAT, and Kasa UMAT. And then contest 6, our last quarterfinal for day 2, AGCM KNUST against Pensa KNUST and NUS UDS Nyangpala Campus. And then finally, day 3 of our quarterfinals, we have Gamsu Eugene against Kasa Legon and NAS UNE in contest 7. Contest 8, we have Pentafel UCC against DLCF Legon and Pensa Legon. And finally, our last quarterfinal contest for the 2025 championship, New Breed KNUST against Aposa Une and New Breed Legon. Now, let's note that the days also determine the pathways So the teams that win in day one will face each other in semi-final one. The teams that win in day two will face each other in semi-final two. The teams that win in day three will face each other in semi-final three. Now the semi-finals will happen on Friday, the 3rd of October, 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and then 3 p.m. Semi-finals 1, 2, and 3 respectively. And then the grand finale on Sunday, 5th of October. We have 27 teams. At the end of the day, one of them will stand tall. We wait to see. I'll take a quick break. When I come back, we'll wrap up today's edition of the preview show. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an exciting edition of the NBQ Fans Show, the preview for the quarter-final stage of the 2025 National Championship. I had with me Nana Kwame Baku of Gamsu, Eugene Local, and Edna Sare of Nubji UCC. Please, she didn't mention, but yes, Nubji UCC. That is why she was supporting Nubji. And Chiku Emeka, two-time institutional champion and contestant of DLCF Legon, immediate past contestants, now coordinator. Hey, Charlie. All right. Let me quickly remind you that the Bible Society of Ghana is 60 years old this year, and as part of the 60th anniversary, we are donating 50,000 Bibles to young ones across the country. You can support this cause by donating an amount of 60 Ghana cedis only to the Bible Society Momo number 0242 35 2738 0242 35 2738. Sweet Music Pro Audio is also 10 years old this year. And as part of their 10th anniversary, they are running massive discounts on all products across their 6 branches and online. You can walk into any of the Sweet Music branches and make your purchase. Because of the love Sweet Music has for the National Bible Quiz Project, they are giving a prize to the highest scorer of each contest day throughout the 2025 National Championship, which is the Sweet Music Highest Scorer of the Day Award. Any musical instrument of choice is given to the winners who score the highest at the end of each contest day. And finally, let me remind you also of Chango. Chango have supported the 2025 edition of National Bible Quiz massively. And because of that, there's round 2, which is the speed race, has now been renamed the Chango Speed Race. So whenever we get to the rounds, watch out for the Chango Speed Race. If you have any crowdfunding you want to do, you want to raise funds for any project at all, the Chango platform should be your go-to. It is fast, it is easy, and it is transparent. We want to thank you very much for staying with us. Tomorrow, all roads lead to the RS Amegashi Auditorium from 9 a.m. for contest 1, 12 p.m. for contest 2, 3 p.m. for contest 3. Audience are expected to be seated by 8 a.m. Contestants will be seated by 8:30. At exactly 9 a.m., the contest goes live. If you are beyond Accra and it is not possible, I mean absolutely impossible for you to join us at the RS Amegashi Auditorium, you can watch online on our YouTube and Facebook handles at NBQ Ghana or National Bible Quiz. You can also watch it on Alpha TV. You can watch on PCG TV, and you can also watch on Cassie TV. So many avenues for you to watch the National Bible Quiz. Let's join in, learn the Bible so that we know the Bible for ourselves. My name is Richard Ofwe. I thank you for staying in with me throughout this show. It was a bit long, forgive us, but I was glad to have been your host. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.